hello ma'am. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you, Deepika. How are you?
I'm also doing good. Thank you for asking. It's a long time after that I'm seeing you. I'm very happy that you are here on my channel. And thank you so much for accepting my request. I would like to know more about you.
Thank you so much, Deepika, that you reached out to me. It's really nice to see that you have your own channel now. I have always been very proud of you, and I'm more proud of you now.
Oh.
So yes, let's get started with your interview.
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much. Okay, so ma'am, I would like to know, like right now, what you are doing, how your career journey started, and you just give us the little bit introduction about yourself so that my viewers also know about you.
Okay. So I am a marketing and communication professional. I started my career with media industry. So let me go more back and talk about where when I decided that I wanted to be a marketer. So qualification wise, I'm actually a diploma holder in pharmacy. So I
Okay.
do not have any qualification that backs marketing actually.
Mm-hmm.
I was very close to the media industry. I grew up in Bangalore. We have witnessed a lot of concerts when we were growing up. We saw a lot of advertisements being made, a lot of movies being made, especially in our friend circle and all. So I had this liking towards media industry.
Okay.
So I decided not to pursue career as a pharmacist, and I
Mm-hmm.
decided to take on marketing. So I actually started off as a fashion choreographer first. That means I used to direct fashion shows. So
Oh,
I would
wow.
work with brands. Yeah, I would work with brands who want to have fashion show in Bangalore, and me and another friend of mine, we both together used to do choreography of these shows. From there, actually, an advertising agency reached out to me and they said that, we would like you to join us because we are starting an events division.
Okay.
So, a person like you can help us set it up. So actually, when I'm talking about when I was like 17, 18, 19 years old.
Uh-huh.
And imagine getting an opportunity where a big, advertising agency comes to you and says that we want you to start, a particular function in our
Uh-huh.
agency. So I started off with leadership position itself at a very young age. So I worked with that agency for a while. Then I don't know if you people remember, DNA Networks used to do a lot of international
Yes.
concerts in India,
Correct. Yeah.
and they are Bangalore based, and we used to do concerts in Bombay and Delhi also.
Mm-hmm.
So I joined them because I felt, the real fun in events is being in the real
Correct.
big events, right? I mean, having
Yes.
international concerts, being part of that.
Mm-hmm.
So I joined DNA Networks, and I worked on a whole lot of concerts. Richard Clayderman,
Mm-hmm.
Backstreet Boys, Boyzone, a whole
Mm-hmm.
lot of, we had Millennium because 2000, year 2000 was coming. So there was a big concert called Millennium, which had, some 20 different artists, Savage Garden, and I mean, they are all my days K artists, So I'm sure
Okay.
your
Great,
audience
great.
who are of my age will relate to it. So
Mm-hmm.
I was part of that. And then from there, I got an opportunity with Ogilvy and Mather. So they reached
Mm-hmm.
out to me. They were starting events division again. So they
Okay.
said, it'll be nice if you join us. And so I started with Ogilvy and Mather.
Mm-hmm.
O&M being one of the largest advertising agency globally, and especially in India, they do such good creative ads, work with big brands. It was
Yes.
a turning point for my life. This is
Mm-hmm.
where I learned how to do client servicing, how to create presentations that are focused to clients' business goals.
Mm-hmm.
How to strategize marketing, how to think out of the box, be creative. So, I would give a lot of credit to Ogilvy and Mather. the whole team, not just my bosses or my team, but also the whole advertising agency. There's so much of learning that you can do in an agency like that. There are so many different brands that the agency handles that you get to learn so much from that.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
O&M was a very good milestone in my life.
Mm-hmm.
And from there on, life has been I think moving out of O&M made me become an established marketer. And
Oh.
then I wanted to join a particular industry.
Mm-hmm.
So I chose, many people choose after serving in the advertising agency for a while, then they choose a certain industry that they want to work with. So there are FMCG, consumer durables, then
Mm-hmm.
IT industry. I was in
Okay.
Bangalore. IT industry was booming,
Booming at that
you
time.
know.
Yes.
So I joined the IT industry, but again,
Mhm.
handling marketing in the IT industry.
Wow.
So this is how I kind of got kickstarted in my marketing career.
Okay. It was in early days, like in 2000. Yeah.
2000, yeah.
Okay. So you were working individually as an employee, and right now you are an entrepreneur. So
Yeah.
when you decided that you want to switch the career to be an entrepreneur, to be having your own something, what was the turning point in your life?
Yeah. So, I worked with IT industry. I worked with HP, Sapient Nitro, then Satyam Computers. I was part of the crisis management team,
Mm-hmm.
of 2008, 2009. And then, with MDocs, I was in the regional marketing lead for
Mm-hmm.
the APAC region in MDocs. There came a time when I think everyone has that time, when you've spent so many years in corporate world.
Mm-hmm.
18 to 20 years are done, with the media industry and the corporate world. You feel that you want to do something more. Now, what can a marketer do? You have already become a chief marketing officer in a large IT company. What more can you need? Where do you move from here? um and especially something which sticks to the work that you're doing, which you're passionate about. And I'm
Correct.
very, very passionate about the marketing, strategy building, and working on um cases which are out of the box, creating campaigns that are unique, different, and helping people out. So 2015, I decided that I will leave the corporate world and I'll start working for startups. That
Okay.
time startups were starting to bud, in India.
Yeah.
A lot of startup initiatives were put forward by the government of India that time. A lot of incubation centers were opening up. So,
Mm-hmm.
2015, I started working with startups. Now, the challenge what I faced, was that
Yes.
the startups, when they met me, when the
Mm-hmm.
leaders of the startups met me, they felt that I come from large organization because my experience has been with larger IT companies. So they
Mm-hmm.
felt I may not fit into their pocket. Firstly,
Okay.
you know,
Uh-huh.
that maybe she's going to
That's
bill us a
very
lot, so it's better not to entertain her.
okay.
Or
Well experienced. Uh-huh.
yeah, or maybe she will not be able to understand how startups are and what is the ecosystem of startups. So that
Okay.
was a real challenge for me. So what I did was I started a publication called Creative Bharat, and I
Okay.
started interviewing startups. I started basically kind of rubbing shoulders with the startups, telling them that, see, I'm here to give you free media publicity,
Mm-hmm.
through my publication. And then slowly, I started penetrating into the startup industry by becoming a startup mentor. I worked on a lot of Google's initiative like Startup Grind, Startup Weekend. I did a lot of mentoring of startups, even
Mm-hmm.
in the campuses also, how to
Yes.
build entrepreneurs from campus. So a lot of colleges across Pune, I did a lot of programs around, and then
Mm-hmm.
slowly, I started becoming little famous in the startup community. So,
Wow.
so it wasn't
Very.
so easy, even after having such good experience, work experience,
Uh-huh.
penetrating into startup community wasn't so easy.
Correct.
But
Yeah, but
yeah,
you
I'm
went
doing
by your skills and the experience that you had, that you implemented in growing the startups as well. So, how do you find this marketing that was the traditional one, I think, at the time of 2000? And right now, you are
it.
into digital marketing as well. So, how you find the difference between them, and how did you manage to manage with the digital as well, digital media?
Sure. So, we all think that IT outsourcing, the IT industry, when the IT industry started in India, that's when we people learned that an outsourcing of a particular function within a large organization can be done. And that's what outsourcing in India is happening, right? IT
Yeah,
outsourcing,
correct.
right? But actually, if you go back, the traditional advertising agencies,
Mm-hmm.
they were outsourcing marketing actually for a lot of brands, right?
Yeah,
Even
yeah.
today, if you look at an advertising agency, they are
Mm-hmm.
not sitting in a client's office, right? They are
Right.
marketeers. They are bringing up ideas of how
They are.
to promote products, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and there's an outsourced model, right?
Correct.
So somewhere, I think there is a good integration of traditional marketing as well as the digital, the new age marketing that we can look at. So today, because the world has moved forward and we have become very digital, everything today, you just need a cell phone to have everything today,
Correct.
right? You don't
Yes.
really need those big PCs and the server rooms and things like that, which used to happen in our days. I mean, I remember the HP's data center used to be such a big, massive place. Today there are no data centers, everything is on the cloud, right?
On cloud. Yeah.
So yeah, so it has definitely moved, but there is
Mm-hmm.
some integration everywhere. If you see, there is integration of creativity
Mm-hmm.
going now digital, with a lot of social media channels coming up. It's become easy and accessible for anyone to start marketing themselves.
Yes.
Um, if you are if you are an entrepreneur, a technology entrepreneur, but you also have some creativity skills, you know how to communicate your brand, you don't really need a marketer to do it today. You can go on your social media channels and start
Mm-hmm.
talking about your product on your own, right?
Yes.
A lot of YouTubers have come in, a lot of bloggers have come in, so today you don't really need the traditional journalists to do story coverage for you. You do
Correct.
need them, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
certain
Yeah,
way,
there are
but you
online
still
PRs now.
can.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can still do a lot of digital PR on your own as well. So
Mm-hmm.
if you see, things have moved a lot, still integrated to each other. But today, where there were like 5 people, today there are like 5,000 people doing that 5 people work. So it's
Yes.
kind of become very fast pace.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Due to the evolution of internet as well, I mean, we have moved ahead, and the technology is helped us to, go into the digital world. So